At the end of the 35th over, Cricbuzz Comm box, I was just reminded that Jadeja has just finished his spell. No, he hasn't. He's right here. One might have on the field, but we've got the one that matters, Ajay Jadeja alongside. Interesting you were mentioning that they've already done with the 10 overs, but West Indies just don't seem to have the intent for what should be a score with that due factor.
Oh, I don't think they're looking that far. I think it almost looks like they haven't turned up and they feel that, the auction's over. Now, you just have to play this game because you've seen no intent from them. They've lost 4 wickets now, but, at stage, 20 over stage, they were 1 down and there's nothing special in the wicket. So it almost seems like, they're disinterested in that game and just going through the motions.
The first surprise that came for us, just when you thought that you needed a bit of impetus, some acceleration, was who walks out at number 3. Now, Roston Chase, not used to this format, has batted once in the top 4 in recent times, but that was in a run chase, chasing down under 200 against Afghanistan. And he had a role to play. Spinners bowling, they needed someone to stick around.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When he walked in, you expected Hitmire or somebody like Puran, who's in the form of his life, to walk out. But maybe, you heard the coach a couple of days ago was, giving that interview, press conference where he says, we're building a side. So, this is the new line that we keep hearing from most coaches around the world at times. So, it's not just this game that they're looking at. They're looking at something that I can't see at the moment. So, that's the only reason why Roston Chase would walk in there. I'm as perplexed as you are.
But you have to give credit to the Indian bowlers, and you've got a debutant today in Navdeep Saini, who's really been impressive. Yes, the figures are impressive, 2 for 22 and 7, but what the figures don't tell you is particularly the nature of the second dismissal. For him to have the kind of short deliveries he had and that Yorker to get rid of Roston Chase.
And he followed it up with that one to Pollard, just missing that off stump. So he's used his pace, he's used his opportunity, he's looked good. I think this is his strength. As long as he's an attacking bowler, he seems to look good. It's only when he gets to the end of the innings or in the shorter format that you see he tries to do things that he's probably not comfortable doing, or the skills are not his skills are not what can deliver at that stage of the game. But he's been outstanding. First game for India, one-day cricket, you wanting to do well, couldn't have had a better start.
Maximums is something that we associate with West Indies cricket, and today it took a while for the first one to come around, and then we've heard we had 2 in the innings so far in the 36th over. Now that's something that will disturb them. I know it's not just about sixes, but when the nature of your game is that, on a track like this where you expect more. As you said,
you do. That's what I'm saying. You play with your strengths or you play natural game, but that happens when you allow the players to play naturally. But if you're trying to mold them into a different kind of side, you've got a captain. A lot of people at the start were saying, they've got a stable captain. He's looking at long term. Things are looking good because you had a couple of good results. But in the long run, I think I've always believed something that you've played all your life with. There's a natural flair that you have. It is something that cannot be acquired. You're blessed to have it. Why do you want to become an ordinary player or a citizen when you are blessed to be where you are? I think you've got to use all the resources that you have at disposal, and I think West Indies is in a stroke-making team. They will have bad days. They could be. What difference does it make if you lose a game, if you get 260 and lose, or versus you get blown out for 140? But I think when you have the ability to get to 340, on days that you come good, you should be able to win. I think everybody's trying to curb this West Indian team. I'd like to see the West Indian team play the way the West Indians used to play. And, the brightness that we have next to me, you don't see that. It's almost like they're, protesting against it.
Look at the contrast over there. Well, they need to be more in this bright zone in the last few overs. The captain is out there with one of their upstarts in Nicholas Puran, Holder to come. So now Pollard out there should be able to tell his partner and say, let's play freely. What's the minimum they need to get to?
You'd look at another 100 odd, 100, unless both these guys stay till the end. But, you've lost 4 wickets, you've got Holder to come. So the next 5 overs would be about 20, 25 runs. You take what you get to over number 40, then you say, okay, now we got wickets in hand, maybe play differently. So I'm looking at the most, 110 more from here.
Yep, so that's it. Somewhere close to the 300 mark would make the West Indies happy at this stage, but I think India would still be more than happy with that. But maybe not quite the colour red, maybe maroon is their colour. That's what they need to go for now.